So I recently lost about 20 pounds, and I want to put it as a memoir here so that you can find out how it is I did it. We're going to talk about what I did, what I didn't do, and how you can do it without hating yourself. The mindset shift that started it all was when I realized I was not happy within my health. I didn't lose weight by hating my body. I lost it by loving myself enough to want to change. I acknowledged that the way that I was eating and my habits and the things that I did on a daily basis would not make me feel good. It felt weird to me to go to sleep and then wake up the next day with a stomach ache, feeling bloated, feeling groggy, because I know that I'm not eating well. It felt weird to me when it is I would go out, I would be out and about with family and friends, and I constantly had to think about sucking in my stomach. I had to constantly think about the fact that the jeans that I have on, I'm pulling it a little bit too tight because I don't want my stomach to bloat unnecessarily. I don't want my dress to show like a muffin top or a pouch. And I understand there will be some people that are happy with the way that they look. But when it came to me, I realized that I looked better when I was smaller. What I stopped doing was going through days where there was no movement in it. At first, I set a goal of 10K steps a day. And I realized that when I would not do my 10K steps, it was a lot easier for me to feel down throughout the day. There's something that happens to your brain when you do movement quite often. Your brain releases all these feel-good hormones that help you feel like life is worth living. And I realized that when I consistently hit my 10K, even 5K or 8K, when I was building up to my 10K, I would have moments where I would stop and think, oh my gosh, I have not felt depressed lately. Oh my gosh, I have not felt like nothing is worth it lately. And at first, it started off as just a means to clear my head, a means to move my body so that I wasn't stuck in the house, so that I wasn't stuck in my bedroom overthinking on things. When you get up and you move your body, your brain quiets, your brain slows a little bit. You're able to think about things a little bit more clearly. So movement, and then you could add on some body weight exercises. You can add on anything you want to after that, but the number one habit is just making sure that you move your body a little bit. When you stay stuck to the couch, you stay stuck to the bed for your entire day, you're not doing anything for yourself. You're not doing anything that is going to contribute to you 50 years down the line. You want to create a good foundation for yourself now, and you want to focus on your health now so that you can reap the reward of that when you turn 70, 80, 90. Another thing I stopped was social media comparisons. At one point, I left Instagram completely. I think what I realized bothered me the most was the fact that I saw all of these girls living their fittest life, living their best life, being in the shape that I wish I was in, but I know that I wasn't doing anything to achieve. When you're actually putting the work in, when you see someone that has the shape that you want, has the abs, has the toning, has all of these things that you want, it's easier for you to see that more as inspiration. It's a lot easier for you to see that as, okay, that's my goal, because you know you're putting the work in. However, when you're laying around all day, when you're overeating or emotional eating, you're intaking all of this sugar and all of this fat, when you see someone in the body that you wish you could have had, it hurts that much more because you know you're not putting the work in for that. You know that you could be healthier, but you're not making moves towards it. You know that you didn't drink your water today, but you're not making moves to go and fill a bottle and drink your water. You know that you could eat a little bit more veggies. You could probably have an apple, but you would choose the gummy bears over that. You would choose the chocolate over that. that's why you feel inferior. That's why you feel the way you do, because you're not actively doing the work that it takes to achieve the goal that you have set, which is a better body, which is a healthier lifestyle. And then what you do as a result after is you go way off the deep end, and you either end up skipping meals or you end up over exercising. You think that if it is you straight off the bat start intermittent fasting, that you'll have a body like that. You think that if it is you straight off the bat start working out for an hour and 30 minutes every day, you'll have a body like that. But that is not sustainable when it is you're not used to it. I would suggest to anyone that decides that they want to change how it is they look physically, always ease into it. Start off with a little bit of movement here, but try to keep up a streak of you doing that. It's a lot easier when it is you build that confidence and trust in yourself with the fact that, okay, I told myself I'm going to work out today, and I did work out today. Even if it was 5 minutes, even if it was 2 minutes, even if you jumped rope for 1 minute, you did something that's going to take you closer to where it is you want to be. And when it is you're realizing that you're becoming consistent, you're becoming a productive human being, you're becoming a healthier version of yourself, you become more motivated to want to do more. Now, after dinner, you want to go take a walk. Now, after breakfast, you want to go and stretch. Now, whilst watching YouTube or watching a movie, now you want to start walking in place. The majority of my weight loss came by me literally walking in place whilst I was watching TV. It was the easiest thing for me to do. Instead of sitting and eating or just doing nothing, I would stand and I would put something on the floor so that my feet didn't hurt, and I would just walk in place with my phone in my hand, and I would count my steps that way. And when it is I realized that every day I was doing this, when it is I realized that for 7 days straight I did 10K steps, for 21 days straight I did 15K steps, it became easier for me to say, okay, I want to try for 20K steps, I want to try for 25K steps, because I knew that I had this type of mentality and the mindset that I could actually do that. When it is you build trust in yourself by doing little activities, it rewires your mind in such a way that you believe that you deserve the body that is you want. You deserve to be healthier. You deserve all of the things that you're working towards. But it only comes when it is you don't try to sabotage yourself. Jumping off the deep end when you have not worked out in months to a year is sabotaging yourself, because you know that you're not going to be able to sustain it, because your body is not used to it. And therefore, when it is your body is calling for rest because you're over exercising and you rest, it will be a lot easier to fall off, because now you're overthinking, oh my gosh, do I really have to do an hour and 30 minutes of running today? That is, oh, I really don't want to. You know what? I'll do it tomorrow. And then tomorrow turns into next week, and next week turns into next month. And now you're standing in the mirror again, or you're out to the movies, or you're out to dinner again, and you see someone walking with your dream body, knowing that that could have been you. My actual routine came very simply, and I'm going to share it with you right now. I kept my meals really simple. I'm not a big chef in the kitchen. I really am not. So what it is I did is that I looked up recipes a lot. I was on ChatGPT a lot. I would start the morning with oatmeal. I would start the morning with some sort of protein. I would have boiled eggs a lot. I would have some sort of fruit. I would have some sort of salad. I would have staples every day, and I would meal prep so that I didn't have to think about food too much, because I found that when it is I thought about food too much, I'm giving myself that leeway and that opportunity to overeat, to go over my calories. So what it is I did is that I would sit with myself and I said, okay, what do I want to eat for this week? And whatever it is I decided, I meal prep that for 3 days. 3 days in, 3 days out, just to make it easier for myself. So for the next 3 days, I know exactly what it is I'm going to eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And these meals were always filling, and these meals were always nutritious, and these meals always left me feeling clean and light because I put thought into it, because I wasn't thinking with my stomach. I was thinking with the research that I put in to the food that I wanted to make. And it became a lot easier that way to just shed the weight without even thinking about it. I had a lot of step goals. So I would say, okay, I'm going to be really busy this week, so I at least want to get in 5K steps. And I would make sure that I would wake up in the morning and do 1K, 2K, and try to get the next 3K within the day. When it is I realized that 5K steps was just a little bit too easy for me, I opted to 10K. When 10K became a little bit too easy, I opted to 12K. And now I do about 10 to 12K on a daily basis because that's the easiest thing for me to do. I got real with myself. And said I don't like HIIT exercises. I don't like exercises that make me all sweaty and have me huffing and puffing and breathing hard. I like to take a nice cool walk. I like to stretch. I like Pilates. So why not do the exercises that you genuinely like when it is you're deciding that you want to look better in your body? Do the things that you enjoy, and in turn, you will enjoy your life. This came as a part of the mental rituals that I would do. So I would journal a lot. I would have a lot of goals on my Pinterest, a lot of Pinterest boards that I would use as, my vision boards. I would look at girls that I would see in movies, a lot of celebrities, and I would say, okay, this is how I want my body to look. And I'm going to give myself 3 months, I'm going to give myself 4 months. But within that time, I'm going to be as consistent as I possibly can. And when I realized that once I had a goal in mind and I was actively taking steps towards that goal, it became so much easier for me. Today, if I tell myself next week I want to lose like at least 1 kg by next week, I know that I can do that because I've built up a level of discipline and a level of trust within myself that nothing, when it comes to self-improvement, looks impossible to me. It's not about being perfect, it's about being consistent. Weight loss, when not hampered by hormonal imbalances and all of these things that are real issues. If it is you're a fully functioning, healthy human being, weight loss is nothing more than a decision. We're talking about being healthy and enjoying the body that we're in. If this video resonated with you, do subscribe because I post quite often.